There are approximately 70 in number, approximately. And they have different degrees of severity. Some are less, some are more. Not all of them apply to us. Some of them apply in the past, they don't apply now. But there are 13 that are mentioned by name in the Quran and Hadith. The rest of them, we know them by the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala attaches a warning or a punishment to them in the Quran or in the Sunnah, in the Hadith. The 13 that are mentioned by name are the following. Associating partners with Allah. This is not only a major sin, but it's also disbelief in Allah. Associating partners with Allah. The second one that is mentioned by name, mistreatment and abuse of parents. That is mentioned in the second degree. So our parents have a great right upon us. Number 3, false witness, perjury. Where by giving a false witness, you're going to cause harm for someone else. Lying as a witness. Number 4, murder, murdering. Number 5, sorcery, voodoo, magic, real magic that people do. Number 6, consuming the wealth of orphans. I know it doesn't apply to most of us here, but those who are sponsoring orphans or foster orphans, donations come to the orphans, and what happens is they take it instead of using it for the orphans. This is something that used to be done in the past in some places today. Number 7, riba, usury, consuming usury. Today the new name is called interest. What number? 8. This doesn't apply to us now, but this is in the case of the battlefield. When there is a charge, the Muslims have to charge for a person to leave and abandon their brothers and sisters during the charge. Number 9, accusing a chaste woman. Do you see, subhanallah, in this hadith, a chaste woman is mentioned, that it is forbidden, is one of the big major sins to accuse her of committing adultery or fornication when she is known to be chaste, meaning she is not known to sleep with other men in a haram way. She's not known for wickedness, and a person accuses her is a major sin. The next one, a false oath. You say wallahi on a lie. Wallahi, deliberately on a lie, is a major sin. Because you're using Allah's name. The next one, when a person curses or swears at their parents. This is mentioned different to the other one. The other one is more of an action and treatment. This one is more of verbal. Cursing a person's parents. And I warn you, brothers and sisters, there's a hadith of Prophet ﷺ, he says, there will come a time when people will swear at their own father. They said, how ya Rasulullah? He said, they will swear at other people's fathers, then that person will swear at his father, it's as if he swore at his own father. So we don't involve parents. Number 12, killing a child. Killing your own child. This is abortion. And in the past, they used to bury their children alive. Sometimes people have babies and they go and throw them in the bin or on the streets and end up dying. This is a major sin, infanticide. And subhanallah, one of the reasons in the modern world that leads to that is when people go around having sexual relationships, but they're not married. And so a lot of them are young, 14, 15, 16 years old. And they're not committed yet for marriage, but they can have a boyfriend and girlfriend and sleep around. Or sleep with one guy, it doesn't matter. When we say sleeping around, it's a multiple. All of that's forbidden in Islam. We see the result of it. Many of them in hospitals, and I've actually personally asked in different hospitals, or when I've been there for different reasons, asked midwives, I've asked nurses about these things. Because I'm a teacher and I like to know what's going on in the world of the youth. They say a lot of 15s and 16s get abortions on a weekly basis because They can't be mothers yet, obviously they're very young. In my mind, I'm saying, subhanallah, we forbid marriage. Marriage is forbidden by law, but to sleep with another guy and be pregnant and get an abortion is permissible by law. Whereas in Islam, it cuts the problem from its root. There is no sexual relationships before marriage. Next, the last one was zina bi zawjatil jar. This is a bit odd, but it used to happen a lot and probably does happen now in secret. Committing adultery or fornication with the wife of your neighbor. You're probably a bit odd for us. It happens a lot. Why? Because the neighbors are closest. And because your neighbors, a lot of people tend to trust each other too much, but there's a boundary in Islam. So these things happen a lot. Now, brothers and sisters, any major sin, any sin that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about, or the Prophet ﷺ, and attaches a punishment or a warning or a curse or an anger, or if it has a punishment in Sharia law or has a punishment in the hereafter that is mentioned, know that this is a major sin. How do you know as a layperson, as a commoner or a person who hasn't studied Sharia? Well, you've got to ask the people of knowledge. And the more you know, the more you abstain, insha'Allah.